Somebody
Exactly
made
right.
this fun movie poster there, Saving Private Property. That's good stuff right there.
That's great. And from Courier for Christ, does Simply Safe have a plan where 50 caliber auto turrets deploy from your yard? Asking for that white couple in St. Louis. Got to show you that couple in St. Louis because, man, they're under fire right now. Because, first of all, I don't know. I think they said it was 500 protesters just came marching through their gated community, and they were a little concerned. And I think there's reason to be concerned since they've burned homes down in just the past little while here, the past week, certainly. So they came out in the front of their home to protect it. Here's what happened. So he's got, looks like an AR-15. She's got a handgun.
Okay, this is not... That's not a sidewalk they're on, by the way.
No, they're on their property.
And her trigger finger is not so good. Yeah, so there's a lot going on there.
Are you telling me you can't do that? You can't go outside and defend your home and your property?
Oh, you absolutely can.
Your family.
Oh, and these people that say, "Oh, well, they're totally in the wrong here, going out there threatening protesters." Okay, maybe you don't aim the gun at them, and maybe, lady, you relax that
trigger finger
that isn't, and you don't walk behind your husband.
You don't literally put your finger on the trigger till you're ready to pull it.
And she's behind her husband walking around, and
look at that, he's pointing the rifle right at her.
I mean, okay, so that's a separate issue that needs to be addressed.
Their technique was bad.
They might need a gun safety course. Okay, but separate from that, these innocent protesters aren't standing on the sidewalk. They're not just walking by. Show the pictures of what they did to their gate. Okay, they busted through their wrought iron gate. First of all, that's the street. Okay, that's the street. That's not where the protesters were. Okay, the protesters, the rioters. You see where the gate is? That's where their property line is. The rioters are in their yard, man. Look up at that little sidewalk that goes up toward the house. The homeowners are standing in front of their house. The rioters are out in their yard. Absolutely, they had. And look at their gate. Look at their gate.
Oh,
look at that.
That's their personal gate.
That is their personal.
They tore it down.
Historic iron gate.
Are you kidding
me? They
me?
weren't just walking on by to get to the mayor's house. They were cutting through their yard, and with, I don't know, everything that's been happening on the news. Have you seen the images from around the country? Sure as hell should be out front with a gun. They had every right to be out there, and I just love it. Wait, there was a, I don't know, there's a great tweet. I don't know, Petite Nico, and if you can check it out, where she makes the point where, like, I think it's the second page. Read that back and forth, this hypothetical here. This is perfect. This explains it all perfectly. Listen to this.
Resistance person. Those people should be arrested for pulling out a gun. Me. But they're on their own property. The others trespassed. Resistance. So then you call the police. Aren't the protesters who you're supporting protesting the police?
You don't want us to have police. So that's what we're down to, man.
They've taken it into their own hands.
That's what you want.
Which you have to do anyway, because the police wouldn't be there immediately.
That's the society you want.
They've already had damage done to their property. They got hundreds of people walking through their property. This is entirely appropriate, other than their technique. They shouldn't be.
Right.
They shouldn't be pointing it at anyone. But the show of force is completely appropriate.
But boy, there's the difference in the 2 years, perfectly illustrated right there from that. There's the inside of their house in 2019, elegant, beautiful. 2020 out in front with the loaded guns ready to go.
That's a kind of an impressive house.
It is a very impressive house.
It looks like a hotel.
I believe that's what being too attorney. They're talking about disbarring them now. That's what these protesters want. You should disbar these two. They're both attorneys.
Absolutely unbelievable.
You keep using the word. I don't think it means what you think it means.